The epic resurrection of the Ten Tails is about to begin, and an old snake from the past returns, in my review of Naruto Shippuden, episode 341. Ladies and gentlemen, he has returned. The Moonwalker, the king of pop himself, Orochimaru, has been revived. And ironically by Sasuke of all people. But Sasuke wants answers, and Orochimaru knows them, or at least knows how to get them. And to be honest, after a long absence, it's great to see Orochimaru again. It's just good to hear his voice. Well, actually no, it's not. He actually has the voice of a pedophile. But Orochimaru's creepy and disgusting sexual tendencies aside, this was a pretty decent episode of Naruto that is actually moving the story along. And you could actually follow this episode pretty simply because it really followed the A-B format, with the first half of the episode dealing with Sasuke getting ready to revive Orochimaru because he wants to know, what is a village, what is a clan, what is a ninja? And this is all going to involve reviving Orochimaru. The scene is great because it has a lot of tension and there's a lot of build up to it, and frankly, I love the way that Suigetsu is just like, Sasuke, this is a horrible idea, we got this badass scroll right here, we can freaking take over the world with it, and you want to freaking bring back the fucking smooth criminal? Are you mad? The way in which they bring back Orochimaru is pretty creative. Essentially, Anko is still alive, which is pretty awesome, and it makes you think, I wonder how Yamato is doing. Jugo is able to take a little bit of Kabuto's DNA, and he places that on Anko's neck, and then suddenly a giant snake erupts, and then suddenly Orochimaru just comes out of the snake body all creepy as shit and in slow motion. It's good to see him again, and you know what? He really doesn't seem all that pissed off. You'd think he'd be really angry about the fact that Sasuke tried to kill him, but he's sort of been kind of aware of everything that's been going on. He even knows about the war. He really doesn't give a shit about it. So it looks like Sasuke, his team, and Orochimaru are getting ready to go on another long journey. But before we even get to that, we go to the second half of the episode, which deals with Toby giving us a little bit of tension as he gets ready to resurrect the Ten Tails. This scene is actually pretty good, but it is bogged down by the fact that there are a few scenes that we saw in the last episode and a few flashbacks, which really were kind of unnecessary. However, without giving away too much, I just want to say that I love the fact that they're starting to get really curious about Toby's identity, and I love the way that Toby reacted to Guy when he's like, look, even if you saw my face, you wouldn't know who I was anyway. You wouldn't remember me. And by the way, guys, try to keep comments relevant to this episode because I know a lot of people just watched the anime version, so let's keep those spoilers to a minimum down below, eh? The episode ends when we learn a little bit more about the history of the Ten Tails. Kurama is explaining to Naruto that this thing is like the primordial god of death, and it used to drink oceans and raise mountains, you know, all that classic god stuff. And I like how they're building up even more by showing us like a big silhouetted image of it with all this like fire behind it, just pretty friggin' awesome. And the episode ends with Naruto suddenly being enraged, going into his Kyuubi chakra mode, and then suddenly charging the Geto Mazo statue. Pretty damn good episode right here. I like that they're finally getting back to sort of the two-act structure, but it actually moved the story along, you know, and what I think I love most about this one is obviously Orochimaru returning. I think that's like the biggest deal. I just love him as a villain, and the series has had some fantastic villains in it. You know, Madara's a badass, Toby's really mysterious, all of the Akatsuki guys have a ton of crazy powers, not to mention Gaara in the first half of the series, but as a villain, I just think Orochimaru, just everything about him, he just emanates villainy. He is just so incredibly treacherous, and just every single time you look at him, you're just like, there's no way that guy's a good guy. Just look at him, he's evil. And I'm not really sure if he's going to have any ulterior motive to helping Sasuke other than the fact that he wants to take over his body. It's sort of up in the air. If I had any negatives to say about this episode, it's that some of the animation and artwork was a little spotty and a little rough around the edges at times, but that's really the only thing that brought it down. You know, they didn't need to show the flashbacks either. But still, the stuff at the end of the episode is really important if you pay attention to it. You can get some pretty nice secrets to see who Toby probably is. But like I said, guys, try to keep the spoilers to a minimum down below. There are some people who just watched the anime. So, because of some of the minor stuff, I'm going to drop this episode down to an 8 out of 10, but it was still really solid. It was great to see Orochimaru finally return. Not to mention, the Ten Tails is just right around the corner, and it's going to be friggin' insane. So, there it is, guys. Check it out. If you guys had a chance to check out this week's episode of Naruto Shippuden, you can let me know what you thought about it with your comments below. Any favorite moments, anything you didn't like, what are you looking forward to seeing in the future of the series? And remember, before you leave, hit the like button. Give this video a thumbs up. It helps us out a lot. So, I will see you next time, guys. Super Kami Guru 9000. Out.